back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are creating this very trendy, glowy, clean girl, that girl makeup tutorial. So many people have requested a fresh, clean, trendy makeup look, and I finally decided to make it for you all. I have a very, summer friendly base on, very light coverage foundation, like beautiful carved out brows and doll like sparkly eyes. So if you want to know how I did this look, please keep on watching. I'm going to start off by skin prep, and the first thing that I apply is sunscreen, of course, because the sun rays are insane these days and I have to protect my skin. You guys, this day was so good because I had so much fun this day because I met my friend and we had a day in and we watched a K-series. It was super fun. We had some popcorn, some brownies, and we had the absolute blast that day. I'm going to be using the Mini Soap Rose Hydrating Toner next because this toner is really good. It helps protect the skin from any dirt and it also gives a beautiful glow to the face, and I just love this product. You guys, I absolutely recommend it. For my primer today, I'm going to be using Focalayer Glow Max Primer. This primer is really good and I also recommend this product, but this does not help, like close up pores. It just gives a glow to the face and it also helps with crease and fine lines that I have experienced myself. Now that my face is super sticky, it is ready for foundation. For foundation, I am going to be using Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade 115. Sometimes I feel like this shade is my perfect match, but some days when I am not that tan, I feel like this shade is a bit lighter. So what I do on these days, I just use contour, blush, and my setting powder to set this foundation as my skin tone, and that works out perfectly. I'm going for a very light coverage, natural that girl look based routine for today. So I'm going to be using a very little amount of foundation and then first using a brush, and next I'm going to be using a damp beauty blender. I feel like this gives a flawless finish and it looks very light and it just looks very natural this way. We can never forget about our crusty lips, so I always moisturize and hydrate my lips using the Miss Rose lip balm. It is super good and it's about to be finished, so I have to get another one. For my concealer, I'm using the O2O concealer. I'm going to be applying a very less amount of it as well because we are going for a light coverage base today. I'm going to let the concealer sit for a little while, and meanwhile I'm gonna do my brows. For my brows, I'm taking the Makeup Studio eyeshadow palette and taking the black shade and then filling my brows as usual. The only reason you guys are seeing sunlight on my face is because it is currently 8 a.m. in the morning and I usually do not wake up this early to do my makeup, but since we are meeting early, that is the only reason why you're seeing sunlight on my face. That is so rare. Next, I'm going to use a spoolie and spoolie through my brows. And why I use a spoolie, it's because if there are any harsh lines because of the, like the eyeshadow, you can simply just kind of erase it with a spoolie. My trusty, beautiful, tiny beauty blender is not with me anymore. RIP to it because Sky somehow vanished it. I don't know where he took it, but this was the video where I'm using it. I love this beauty blender. I absolutely love it. It's just so perfect. The size is absolutely good and it just fits right into the under eye place and it just blends really nicely. Next, for my setting powder, I'm taking a shade darker than my foundation shade to set my under eyes in place, and I'm gonna be using the baking technique, but instead of just leaving the powder there, I'm just going to like kind of blend it into my skin as I go. Now here is how I like manage my foundation shade if it gets a little lighter some days. So like you can just use a darker shade of setting powder. For my eyes, I'm gonna keep it really simple. I'm just gonna take a brown and a maroon shade and keep it on my upper and outer lid of the eye. Blending is key and I blend as I go. What you have to do is simply apply the eyeshadow and blend. Pack the eyeshadow and blend. That is how you are going to get a flawless finish. Can't forget about the inner eye part and the glitter. I'm gonna be using the Final Touch Cosmetics palette and taking this multi-chrome beautiful shimmer shade, not to mention Sky's hair, but I'm just gonna pack on the glitter lightly and it is just the perfect glitter shade. Now the star of the show is the white kajal. This kajal complements the black eyes so well, and if I tell you the eyes would sparkle as soon as I apply, look at the sparkle that my eyes already are giving. I'm going to be using Focallure Cream Contour next, and I'm just gonna apply tiny amounts of it as well because light coverage, of course. And I'm gonna be using a brush for it because I do not like to use a beauty blender for this product because I feel like it just patches. I'm also going to be using Focallure Red Wine Blush in the shade 3, I believe Bordeaux, and this is my perfect, beautiful, best shade. And please ignore the background voices, I don't know why the kids are shouting. For the blending, I'm going to be using a brush again, and look at how flawless the, like this blush blends. Also for this blush, I'm gonna make it super long lasting, so I'm gonna add a lip cream as well. I'm gonna be using my trusty TV Parlor Ki lip cream, and I'm just gonna be using tiny amounts of it, so this blush is not going anywhere. Even after I came back home after like a whole day, the blush was still there. This next step is really important. Take a setting powder and apply it to all the areas of your face, because if you want the makeup to last, make it long lasting by applying the setting powder and the setting spray. also want my lashes to stay up all day, so I'm using the curler and holding the curl for 30 seconds to 1 minute each eye. And you guys, the eyelashes were still up all day. I'm using Bob mascara. It is my favorite mascara. It lengthens and it's super black. It separates the eyelashes as well. And since we applied the kajal, you guys, the eyes are sparkling. I mean, I am super obsessed and I'm gonna be using this trick often now. I don't know why I forgot about the white kajal. Also, not to forget, I'm gonna be coating my lashes properly. If you guys want that your eyelashes stay still and separated for a long time, take your time while applying the mascara. Now to add some glow to the face, I'm using Sasa Glow Maker liquid drops, and I'm just gonna use a tiny amount of it and doing one cheek at a time because baby, this product dries down super fast. So don't, like do this mistake that I did when I first got it, but now I got a hold on this product. We are glowing. Now for the lips, I'm using Davis Color Brown Liner, my favorite color of all the times. Believe me, I have 13 shades of this brand and I still only reach out for this brown shade. So I'm gonna be using this lip liner and lining my lips as usual. I'm taking a maroon brown shade from the Final Touch Cosmetics palette and using it as my lipstick. You guys know me, I love doing this technique because the lips would be staying the same for the entire day. Felt like the lips were a little light, so I'm taking a pure brown chocolate shade and applying that on the lips as well. Now for the last step, I'm using Miss Rose setting spray, and this setting spray is really good, really affordable. I totally recommend you guys try this technique as well. After I apply the setting spray, I'm going to be using the same damp foundation beauty blender and dabbing my face with it so the setting spray gets absorbed into the skin. And that actually brings us to the end of this look, y'all. you so much for watching, and if you liked this video and if you learned anything from this video, please comment down below and tell me what you learned. That is it for today's video. Bye.